Hello everyone, and welcome to another brand new video. Today we have to go over the most recent episode of Pokémon Horizons, which was actually the last part of the Liko and Roy set off arc, which was starting from episode 1 up until now. This is the final episode, and we're going to be moving forward into the next arc, which is called Terrapico Shine, I believe, or something similar to that. But before we get into all that, let's just talk about what happened in today's episode. Now, as expected, I pretty much figured this from last time was pretty much a slow, introductory episode, whereas today's episode is the one that had pretty much all the action in it. Basically, the explorers show up and they pretty much get into a battle with Liko, Roy, and Freed, but really mainly Freed. So basically, in the last episode, we saw that Amethio, Zerk, and Anya had showed up to Diana's castle, and they basically get into this big fight where finally, Freed is able to defeat Amethio, because up until now, I don't think they'd really ever had a battle where one of them won. But in this episode, Charizard is able to defeat Amethio with his, dark-type Terra Blast, which I pretty much figured that was going to be the case. I figured we were building up to that at some point. I feel like he didn't have the Dark Terra type for no reason, not just because of the event. I feel like that was going to be related to this situation, being able to defeat the Ghost type and avoid his Psychic type move, and that's exactly what happens. But that happens across most of the episode, or most of the first half of the episode. They're kind of just battling, whereas Liko and Roy are pretty much just trying to escape this castle, and they do end up running into eventually Zerk and Anya, because they're moving around the castle. They're going from one room to the next, just moving all around. This castle is also kind of falling apart because of the other two who show up. But long story short, Liko and Sprigatito do defeat Anya's Golduck. Zerk's Rhydon isn't defeated, but Roy's Fuecoco does use, stopping tantrum and using damage. He doesn't faint, but it doesn't matter really, because the battle pretty much ends at that point. Because Captain Pikachu comes in, well actually before Captain Pikachu comes in, the other explorers, the girl with the pink hair and the guy, I keep forgetting their names, but the girl with the Glalie and the guy with the Garganacl, they show up. But Captain Pikachu shows up pretty much to defeat them very quickly. And there's actually this funny scene where the girl with the pink hair is looking at Pikachu, and it's funny because they both have the same voice actress, Ikui Otani. So that's pretty funny. And she, for whatever reason, decides to just command her Glalie to use Explosion and just blow everything up after she sees Captain Pikachu almost take out Garganacl. I don't know why she does that. Meanwhile, before that, Diana is gathering all of her things because, like I mentioned last time, she's going to be, or at some point I mentioned, that she's going to be joining the Rising Voltacloid on the airship. But she does get there by the end. So yeah, she's getting all of her things so they can get on the airship by the end, which they all do. The other two explorers, well, the girl with the Glalie and the man with the Garganacl, they really don't do much. I feel like they kind of hyped them up for showing up, but they really didn't do anything here. They literally just showed up, took a few hits, and then it was all over. But we see by the end that they're gonna come back, of course. This wasn't the first time. I mean, this was the first time we see them actually engaging with Liko and Roy, but it's not gonna be the last time we see them or anything. So yeah, by the end, they all get back on the airship, they're all rescued, Captain Pikachu and the others show up, and everything's saved. And then, by the end, we just get a preview for things to come, because again, we're going to be moving on to the next arc. So overall, this episode was good. I'd say it was pretty action-packed. I will say, I'm kind of upset that Liko and Roy didn't do too much. The guy, the butler guy, I think his name is Hammer, he did not confront, but he, spoke to Diana. They didn't really get into battle or anything, but they did encounter each other, and again, I'm pretty sure we know they know each other from years in the past. We don't know what their relationship really was. It seems, of course, now that they're pretty antagonistic towards each other. But yeah, long story short, they're going to be moving forward with the storyline with Lucius, the legendary explorer. And I do have a bit of a complaint there, because I'm not really liking how it seems like Liko is pretty much taking over the story with her grandmother and all this stuff with Terrapagos as well, because the introduction for Lucas and everything, that was Roy's storyline. All this stuff with these ancient Pokeballs and these mysterious Pokemon, that was originally Roy's thing, but now they're just giving it to Liko, and I don't understand why. Because it's just weird. She already has the Terrapagos storyline with the pendant, so I don't see why this also has to be her taking over the storyline with Lucius. I really do hope that they're gonna shift it back to Roy at some point, but right now it's not looking too good. Even in the upcoming preview for the future episodes for the new arc, they're still showing a bunch of Liko with the belts with the Pokeball, so it's really weird. I don't understand why they introduced Roy with this arc and just gave it to Liko. What is Roy doing? I'm not gonna rant about that too much, but I just don't understand why Liko is doing everything. What is Roy here for if he's not gonna be doing the Pokeball arc? That was his thing. Even in the brand new artwork, the poster, they show him holding the Pokeball, and yet in the preview, we're only seeing really Liko. Now we do see Roy doing a little bit of stuff, we see him battling Captain I mean, not yet. Well, yeah, we see battling Captain Pikachu and Freed again. But, like, where is his storyline? Why are they giving it to Liko? I don't understand that. I hope they end up shifting that back to Roy soon, because as of right now, pretty much all the spotlight's been given to Liko, and it's been, like, for a long time. I'm just really hoping they give Roy more soon, because I'm really just getting annoyed with how little attention Roy's been getting overall. He kind of just, in the back, even today, Liko got a knockout on, the Golduck, but Roy didn't get to take any Pokemon out, so, again, what is the point? And again, I also really wish we can see more of Wash real soon. He's on the poster, but I'm getting really sick and tired of Brigatito and Coco doing everything. I really hope we get to see Hatena and Wattrel doing more stuff, because right now it's pretty much just those two, and I would like to see just more of everyone else. Overall, I don't want to rant too much. I just hope we'll start seeing more of that later. We're about to start picking up with the storyline with the Legendary Explorer again. Like I said, we've also found out his remaining Pokemon, in addition to Rayquaza, Arboliva, and the Galarian Moltres. We do find out that his final Pokemon are Lapras, Kleavor, and Entei, so another legendary Pokemon, and, you know, two others, one of which being a Hisuian Pokemon, so that's going to be interesting to see how they encounter that one. Are they going to go back in time? I assume that's how it is, unless somehow they find a way to have Kleavor in modern day, which, of course, you can have in the games. I don't know how the anime is going to do that, but I guess we'll find out in the future. Long story short, that was pretty much the end of the Liko and Roy set off arc, so that was pretty interesting, I guess. We now finally are getting forward to the main storyline with Lucius, finding the rest of his Pokemon, I guess. I'm interested to see how the region hopping is going to fit in with this, like, where are we going next? Because in the preview, we don't really see or hear where they're going next, I don't think, at least. We also see, like, you know, Greedent, more Galar Pokemon, so I don't know if they're staying in Galar for longer, I don't really know. But we'll see. I guess we're gonna end up going somewhere else to find the other Pokemon. So yeah, I'm surprised they ended up showing them all off. I thought they wouldn't reveal them until we saw them, but I guess now it's nice to know what they're looking for. And they're having another legendary Pokemon, Entei, so there's 3 legendaries and some other ones. So that's pretty much nice to see, I guess. But yeah, overall, I think it was a nice conclusion to the Liko and Roy set-off arc. A big battle between the explorers, and, well, Freed for the most part. I really, like I said, wish we could have seen a bit more of Liko and Roy battling. Mainly Roy. Like, Liko, I think, got her time. She got the knockout on the Golduck, whereas Roy, he didn't even get to take a Pokemon down. He did some major damage, which I guess is showing his growth, because Roy was always the less skilled battler between the two, so I guess it's showing a little bit of skill improvement. I just hope moving on we'll see more from him, really. I hope the Terapagos storyline isn't just the Liko show. I hope we'll get to see Roy having his own plotline somehow. But yeah, whatever they end up doing with him, hopefully it's something major. But yeah, moving on, I'd say this was a good conclusion, and I'm really excited to see what happens next. So we did get a preview for the upcoming arc. We didn't see too much, like, well, I mean, we saw a bunch of events, but there's not really much, you know, actual clear storyline of what's going to actually be happening. But yeah, we did get that nice trailer, and we got a little poster. I'll put the poster, of course, on screen so you guys can see it. But yeah, we see a little bit, of course, of Dot. We see Lucius, you know, Terapagos on the ship. Looks like he's still going to be outside of his pendant form. They're going to be going after the other Pokemon, it looks like. The Explorers, we're going to see pretty much all of them now, it looks like. Roy is going to be doing a little bit more of battling, but again, I just hope it's something major. And we're going to see a little bit more of Dot. I really do hope we see more of Dot as well. Like, I'm talking about Roy, but I also really want to see more of Dot in the spotlight. Like, Roy and Dot, I need more of Roy and Dot. Especially because Dot, you know, she has Quaxly. We haven't seen that much of Quaxly yet still. And we need to. He's the other starter. I really hope we just get to see more of Quaxly and Dot together. Especially since they're, again, more prominent in the poster than the others. Like, the other Voltaglers, we see more of Dot and Quaxly than the others. So, again, I feel like they're trying to lead to her having a bigger role at some point. So, I do hope we'll end up seeing more of that. But overall, I'd say this was a good episode. And you guys can let me know in the comments what you guys thought. Let me know if you're excited for the upcoming arc. What are your hopes for the upcoming storyline with Terapagos, Lucius, and the other Pokemon, Diana, and all of them. Let me know in the comments what you think. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all next time. Thank you!